If you're a new player on stud tower defense and you want to get every single tower, it's going to take you a really long time. Knowing the fastest methods of getting money, shards, and wins can save you many hours and make this process a lot easier. In this video, I have a complete beginner guide which, if you follow, will help you get every single tower, holographics, and more as quickly as possible. Essentially, I'm going to make you an expert at stud tower defense, so hit that like button and subscribe and let's get started. I'm going to start by showing you how to quickly start using the fastest method of gaining shards so you can get every single one of the best towers and holographics in the shortest amount of time. To do this, we want to speedrun Cathedral over and over. This game mode gives the fastest shards for the time you spend beating it, so it's by far the most efficient. But you need to have at least 7 wins to play it and you need a decent loadout of towers to win, so we can't do this yet, we'll have to work our way up to that. So first, make sure you complete the tutorial. Not only does it teach you how to play the game, but you also get some nice rewards for completing it, being 200 cash and 3 shards. Now, in order to play the actual game, you want to head to the area and start playing. I recommend talking to people in the lobby or in the official Stud Tower Defense Discord server or join our server to team up where you have friends to play with will generally speed things up and make it way easier for you. Also, if you're lucky, someone who's much better than you might just end up carrying. I recommend playing normal mode as you can get pretty far in that mode using only boxers, grugs, and gunners or archers. You can't even vote for nightmare mode without having certain wins, but if your team does, you'll have to be carried or you stand no chance of winning. Before you start a game though, you should input codes for rewards. By the time I am recording this video, there is only one working code and it's Dogcat. It gives you 25 shards and helps you get decent towers early stages. Make sure you take a look at your quest tab and start completing it. Now, I will explain how the garden works, the use of runes, boxes, maps, cards, and towers. Units are the core components of gameplay in Stud Tower Defense. They represent the various characters or entities that players can deploy to defend against waves of enemies. Each unit has unique abilities, roles, and characteristics that contribute to a player's overall strategy. There are 26 units in this game as of when I am making this video, with 6 rarities and a miscellaneous tower. Holographic units in Stud Tower Defense are special versions of regular units that players have a small chance of obtaining when rolling for units in any box. These units feature a distinctive rainbow and shiny appearance instead of the standard image. While their stats remain the same as their base counterparts, holographic units offer a practical advantage by having a 25 cash reduction in both purchase price and upgrade costs, making them more economical to deploy and enhance during gameplay. Units you should aim for are Boxers, Grugs, Butchers, Zoos, Golden Monkey, Echo, and Viper. These towers are significantly great and will help you grind your way to the top. You can farm towers in the garden by buying them from the shopkeeper and wait for them to grow. It also grows offline. The garden restocks every 10 minutes, containing 2 to 6 stars. Garden has a 10% chance of planting a holographic unit and a 15% chance with a certain rune, which I will talk about later. Each tower rarity has a certain growth cost and growth speed. Uncommon grow costs 750 cash and fully grows in 15 minutes. Rare grow cost is 1250 cash with the grow speed of 30 minutes, epic grow cost is 3000 cash with the grow speed of 45 minutes, legendary grow cost is 6000 cash with the grow speed of 60 minutes, and celestial grow cost is 10,000 cash with the grow speed of 1 hour and 15 minutes. I would recommend saving up 10,000 cash for any celestials in the garden, and spend your cash in garden if you want a higher chance of holographic units. You should only use money for crates and gardens and save the shards for runes, game passes, and shiny boxes, for late game. Runes in Stud Tower Defense are special items that provide various enhancements and bonuses to your units or gameplay. There are 10 runes in this game, with the extra starting cash and extra holographic chance being the best runes in the game. 25 starting cash will help you in early waves as you can deploy more units to defend the waves, and extra holographic rate will increase the chance of getting holographics by 1.5. In the A tier, extra cash rewards will increase the cash rewards at the end of the match by 10%, getting you more cash, and you will benefit from grinding cash. Extra tower damage will increase your tower unit's tower damage by 5%. Extra attack speed will increase your unit's DPS by 5%. In the B tier, crates cost 10% less each, but it does not affect shiny crates. Towers in the farm grow up 10% faster, and you gain 1 tower equip 11 instead of 10, and 16 instead of 16, with Game Pass. In the C tier, cards sell for 10% more when selling cards. And in the worst tier, the player runs and walks 30% faster, which... why would anyone use this? There are 3 boxes in this game. Traveler's Crate, Box of Goods, and Shiny Box. The Traveler's Crate is a crate that can be purchased for $50 from the shop. It contains units of rarities from common through to legendary. Only buy it in very early game or for holographics, as Box of Goods has more money worth. The Box of Goods is a crate that can be purchased for $275 from the shop. It contains units of rarities from uncommon through to celestial. The Shiny Box is a special crate that can be purchased for 3 shards. It contains units of rarities rare through celestial. It is recommended not to buy unless you have 5x and larger deck. Maps in Stud Tower Defense are the battlegrounds where players deploy their units to fend off waves of enemies. Each map features a unique layout, pathing, and visual theme, providing distinct challenges and strategic opportunities. The design of a map determines where you can place your towers, how enemies move, and what tactics will be most effective. Maps often vary in difficulty, with some offering straightforward paths while others include twists, turns, and multiple lanes. Now, when you're playing normal mode, regardless of how many people are with you, you'll want to do these exact same steps. Start by placing 3 level 0 archers, which will take care of the early waves, place 2 boxers for stun and damage, place 2 grugs for AoE damage and stun, then spam max level archers until you've used your archers. Max out your 2 boxers and grugs. Assuming you're winning each game, you'll be getting 200 cash and 2 shards per match. I was able to get a time of 6 minutes and 41 seconds. That'll give you roughly 1600 cash and 16 shards per hour. To make winning a lot more consistent, I'd recommend getting Zeus, boxers, and grugs. Zeus has very high damage to 5 enemies, and very big range at max makes it a top choice for pure DPS. Boxers are cheap, and has high damage. Damage high enough to sustain for the early waves. And Grug is incredibly quite powerful. He has big AoE stuns that deal insane amounts of damage. Its downside is slow attack speed, making it unreliable towards fast-moving enemy like bosses and leggies, which is why Grug is a good pair with boxers. So, you'll need these towers anyways for the upcoming strategies in this video. With just these 3 towers, you shouldn't have any issues with winning completely solo, but again, playing in a squad is always better and you'll win much faster. While normal mode will give you a decent amount of cash and shards, you want to switch to playing Hard Nightmare as soon as possible. Beating a game of Hard Nightmare gives you a whopping 1050 cash and 6 shards, which is much better than normal mode. This is because of the 2 times rewards. You need at least 10 wins to unlock the Nightmare mode. Technically, speedrunning Archipelago can give you a bit more cash, however, the strategy required for it to be more efficient is much harder to pull off consistently, so I recommend sticking to Hard Nightmare until you have some better towers like Zeus, Echo, and Viper. With this game mode, you need to have at least 10 wins to play it, so you'll have to stick with normal mode until you reach that wins. Once you do reach that wins, this game mode is much more difficult, so I recommend using Not Hikari's strategy, which not only will let you reliably win, but it's a fast method of doing so, giving over 10,500 cash per hour. Shout out to Not Hikari for this strategy. It needs a decent loadout, 4 boxers, 1 butcher, 2 grugs, and 3 DPS units. First, put down 2 boxers on these corners. If you have 25 starting cash, put 1 more on a corner. When you have enough money, put the last boxer on this corner. Then, place your butcher next to this boxer. Your butcher should give you enough money to put down your grugs. After that, place 3 archers in this area. Now that all your towers are down, max out your butcher first. After maxing your butcher, prioritize maxing grugs, and then boxers. And then max out everything else. Remember, the 3 DPS can be replaced with any damage units. It can be applied in different maps as well, which makes this strategy versatile. Anyways, that's everything you need to know about getting cash. Next up, I'm going to be showing the fastest ways of getting shards so you can get Vipers and Echo. Needless to say, getting even one of these is going to make winning events and difficult game modes much easier. We are going to grind in Plains Easy Nightmare because of the fastest time possible. This strategy requires holographics, which are very expensive. You'll need holographic shopkeeper, 10 holographic archers, a holographic stunner, and a holographic viper. You would also need 5 times speed game pass and 5 loadout size. This method is designed for efficient shard farming by leveraging some of the strongest and most synergistic units in Stud Tower Defense. Start by placing a shopkeeper for income. Place 5 archers for early defense. Upgrade shopkeeper to level 2. Place down all your archers. Make sure to put 2 archers near base as there are some leaks. Upgrade shopkeeper to level 3. Place down a viper in this spot. Then place down your stunner. I was able to get a time of 1 minute and 30 seconds. That is roughly 84 shards an hour. This way, you can get vipers and echoes in no time. Once you have acquired tons of shards, you may save up for the next upcoming update. There are other strategies that could get you more cash, which is essentially better. I recommend you join the official Stud Tower Defense Discord server, as they have strategies that can improve your method of grinding. For the late game, you might want to keep grinding shards, but there is also a way of grinding tons of cash. Endless mode gives you cash every wave. With Nightmare mode, your cash per wave is doubled, getting you a lot of cash. This method requires Vipers and a team of players, as it is very difficult to solo endless waves. Your goal is to get to wave 1500 because you get 46,020 cash in one run. That is 4 hours hard Nightmare runs. There is also an AFK room where you can gain cash every hour. This is a good way of earning cash while you are doing something such as work, school, or even sleeping. There's a leaderboard in this room and I gotta say, they have a lot of time in this game. You can purchase the game pass that lets you earn 4 shards an hour, but the shards grind is much better. But with that, that's it for this guide. This should help you get every single tower, holographics, and shards in the shortest possible time, taking you from a noob to a stud tower defense expert. If there's anything you're confused about or improvements that could be made to this guide, let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you want to talk to me, consider checking out our Discord. We've got some pretty cool features like a garden notifier, where the bot will notify specific units in garden when restock of your choice. There's a link to the server pinned in the comments. And finally, I want to give a huge shout out to these people for supporting my content. It helps me out a lot and I really appreciate it. Anyways, that's it.